welcome to the first Sew With Me for 2025. I'm so excited. Yes. So, as promised, this is going to be a Sew With Me for the Be Captivating dress from Ellie and Mac patterns. Now, if you guys watch my last video, I explained that I was going to do a dry run with the indie pattern spotlight, and so the indie pattern company of choice is Ellie and Mac, and I've always had this pattern in my stash, and I said, you know what, let me give it a try. I was toying between quite a couple of them, and I said, let me give this pattern a try. So if you haven't watched that video, I highly encourage you to go back and watch that video. I'll put the link right there. So yes, this is going to be a sew with me, and as usual, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is no way, shape, or form a sewing tutorial for the Be Captivating dress from Ellie and Mac patterns. This is just a behind the scenes with me and all of my sewing shenanigans, and I anticipate some shenanigans today. So in the last video, I showed my fabric, and I've already cut it out. I've put the pattern together and I've cut it out. And so yeah, this is just some of the fabric. I have quite a bit left over because I had 3 yards, and I only had to cut out 4 pattern pieces. So I don't anticipate this being a difficult sew. But yeah, the pattern calls for a 4-way stretch, and so it doesn't have much stretch this way. It has a little stretch, not much, but it has definitely more stretch this way. So in my mind, I can classify it as a 2-way stretch pattern, but we're gonna see how this turns out. I know it can have an effect on the fit and everything, but we're gonna do a gamble here right about now. So like I said, I've already cut out the patterns. So this is one of the patterns. I decided that I was going to go with the short sleeve. So yeah, let's get into it. I've got my sewing machine and my serger out. I'm really tempting to use my serger, but I'm wondering whether or not I should, just in case I need to adjust anything. I'll have a think about it. But I must mention with Ellie and Mac, their seam allowance is 1/4 of an inch. So for the patterns that I know of for Ellie and Mac is 1/4 of an inch. So I want to say that's their standard seam allowance. So that is something to take into consideration. So without further ado, let me get into this pattern. It's Friday night, and we're gonna see how much we get through with this pattern. So let's go. So I'm trying to be good this year in testing my stitch on the fabric before I start the project. So I'm happy with the stitch, and with the instructions, I'm going to do it backwards. I'm starting with the skirts first. In the instruction, you start with the top, and then you progress with the sleeve and then attach the skirt. But I really want to see how this fits. So let's see how it goes with the skirt. And we've got our skirt, you guys. I'm just going to turn it inside out. And I think I'm going to try it on just to see. I'm a bit anxious to see how everything turns out. So let's try this bad boy on. So this is the skirt. So far it's looking pretty good. Now I think I stretched the fabric during serging when I wasn't supposed to. So I do have a kind of ripple kind of thing going on in this area, so I have to be careful throughout the project, moving on throughout the project. But yeah, the fit is good and everything like that, so we can definitely continue with the top. So yeah, okay, so we're going good so far. So now I'm going to attempt to do the top part of the dress. And so here is the pattern for the back, and then we have it for the front. Now this pattern calls for a lining, and I don't have any knit lining in my stash, and my local fabric store didn't have any as well. So I'm just gonna continue doing the pattern without the lining, and we're gonna see how it goes. Now to stabilize it, I am going to use the elastic the clear elastic. Yes, I'm going to use the clear elastic, and I'm going to put it in the waistband of the skirt, and then I'm going to put it around the neck portion of the top, just to stabilize the piece. So because I am not using any sort of lining, so let's continue with this top. And speaking of stability, I forgot to mention when I was talking about the elastic, what I also tend to do when I'm working with knit fabric is that I also like to stabilize the shoulders as well. Typically, if I'm using my machine, I would use the clear elastic. But since I'm working with the serger, I'm just going to add a strip of interfacing just into the shoulder region where the seam connects for the front and the back, just to give that added stability and support as well. So I'm also going to add this in the shoulder seams. I made a colossal mistake. Oh my goodness. Patrice, where's your mind? I forgot to add the interfacing before I finished the edge. Luckily, I didn't take off too much. It was less than a quarter inch. I would say I took off like an eighth of an inch, so it wasn't too much. One of the features of this pattern is that they give you the option whether or not you want to have show more or less cleavage. So I did cut out the pattern to show less cleavage. So I'm banking on that to save me at the moment. So let me just go back, add the interfacing, and then we continue from there. Oh my goodness. Correction made. So now I'm going to finish it ever so slightly, just slightly again, and then turn it over, and then that would be that for the front of the top before I connect the front and back seams and attach it to the skirt. I'm so excited! So she's coming to come. Oh, I'm so excited. So I ended up, after I added interfacing and finished the edge, I ended up using the sewing machine to stitch down the turnover edge. And I'm loving it so far. It feels sturdy and all of that jazz due to the interfacing. So yeah, So now we're on to the sleeves. Hopefully that is all the shenanigans that I would have for this outfit. But I must say that the process, I'm enjoying the process so far. And one thing I forgot to mention is that with Ellie and Mac patterns, they have tutorials for their patterns. So on the site where the pattern is listed, there's a tutorial. So you have the option of looking at the tutorial even before you purchase the pattern. And while you're sewing up the pattern, if you're having any difficulties or anything like that, you can always refer back to the video tutorial. And in that video tutorial, the offers are kind of tips and tricks for the pattern that they are sewing that may not be available in the instructions. So that is always a plus. But we're moving along with the sleeves. Yeah. So let's get these bad boy in, and then we could finally attach the top to the bottom, and we can see how the overall thing looks. Now, tell me why, oh why, I only have one sleeve. The pattern clearly says cut 2. But did I cut 2? No, I only cut one sleeve. Oh my goodness. So now I've already finished pinning the first sleeve, and I'm here looking for the second sleeve. I never did cut it out. So now I have to go back, get the fabric, pull it out, and cut out the other sleeve so I can pin it up and do all of that. Oh my goodness. We shall persevere, or I shall persevere. So it's after midnight and I'm still at it. I actually took a break for a few hours. I thought I was going to just leave it for the night, but I couldn't. So now I'm back in my sewing corner, and I've attached the top to the bottom, and I'm about to serge it together. I did stabilize the waist area. I did it with interfacing instead of the elastic. So I'm just gonna stitch it together, and then I'm gonna try it on and then leave the hemming for another day. We'll see. Or I might just hem it and get it over with. We'll see. But I'm so excited to see this end product. So let's just go and finish off everything. Oh yes, it's all sorted. Just gonna turn it inside out. Take a look at it. Oh my goodness, she is looking so good. Oh gosh. Okay, so the moment of truth is here. I'm just gonna try it on quick, and then we'll see. Oh. Oh my goodness, you guys, the dress is completed, and I am super pleased with it. Oh my goodness, the fit is perfect and everything. Just gonna turn around so you can see back. Yeah, super excited. The fit is perfect. Everything just fell right into place. So now that you've seen the dress, and I'm happy about the dress, let's head back inside so I can give my final thoughts about the Be Captivated dress by Ellie and Mac patterns. Okay guys, so we are now at the end of the Sew With Me of the Be Captivating dress by Ellie and Mac patterns. Look, I thoroughly enjoyed making this dress. I'm loving it so far, and I can tell that this pattern, I am going to make more of this pattern. I took a gamble on the two-way stretch fabric and I absolutely love it. I'm loving the fit and everything. Now, I don't think I mentioned where I got this fabric from, but this fabric, I purchased it a few years ago from Cali Fabrics, and it's a double knit fabric. Absolutely love it. I need to go back on Cali Fabric to see what else double knit fabric they have available, but this fabric, oh my goodness, and with this pattern, love it. Love it. And like I said, I enjoyed making this dress. It wasn't difficult at all. I know you guys saw all my shenanigans, but all in all, it was not difficult. I did added some other things that wasn't called for in the pattern. For instance, the pattern doesn't call for stabilization, but for me, I'm just more comfortable when I stabilize areas when I work with knit fabric. And also in the video, I started off saying that I was going to use the elastic, but then I switched and I just decided to use the interfacing throughout as well. And I am so pleased with it. Oh my goodness, I can definitely see myself making more of this dress. 4 pattern pieces, did it on my serger. I did the majority of it on my serger. The only areas that I took to the machine was when I was sorting out the hemming. But other than that, I did practically the entire thing on the serger. Yeah. Oh guys, I am so excited. This is definitely a quick make, I must say. And I am not a fast sewist. So if I tell you it's quick, it's quick. Definitely beginner friendly. Ellie and Mac did say that it's a beginner pattern, and true to their word, it is definitely a beginner pattern. A beginner, if you're starting out, wanted to dabble using knit fabric, I highly recommend this pattern by Ellie and Mac. Yes. So what's next on the agenda? Well, I really want to do another pattern from Ellie and Mac. I'm thinking for my spotlight, my pattern spotlight, I want to do at least 2 patterns. So then I would be able to do at least one of them with a Sew With Me, and then one of them as, you know, a regular show and tell, but we play it by ears as we go along. So the next pattern that I want to do from Ellie and Mac is the paper bag skirt pattern. Now, I purchased this a few years back as well. I think it was during the time of COVID. And so the pattern is already cut out, but I need to sew it up. So this is the next pattern that I'm going to tackle. And I don't anticipate major shenanigans. but we'll see. So definitely the paperback skirt pattern from Ellie and Mac would be the next pattern for this indie pattern spotlight by Ellie and Mac. So I already have my February and March indie patterns company that I would like to highlight, and I'm super excited, you guys. So excited. So if that's something that you are interested in, I hope you will come along with me on this interesting journey as we take just exploring indie pattern companies and all of that good stuff. Yes, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by and keeping me company as I sew up my first pattern for 2025. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you can be aware of all of my shenanigans. I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts, keep on smiling, and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.